Alright guys, John here, aka Hazink, as you used to know me. I'm here with my good buddy Jared from Subway once again, and we are going to dive in once again to talk about the new Demon Slayer game that's coming out for the PlayStation 4. Jared, how you doing?
Lethal one up here. What's up, everybody? No, I'm doing good. Hazink, finally, some news in regards to this upcoming, well, one of the upcoming Demon Slayer games. I think there's also a mobile one coming out too, so it's nice.
It's been delayed, and that's actually been delayed indefinitely. They've indefinitely
Oh, really?
delayed. Yep.
Wow. If in that case, the one Demon Slayer game that we know is actually coming out.
Yeah, they're delaying it indefinitely due to quality control. They want to put out the best quality game that they can. So that has been delayed indefinitely, and we'll see when that actually arrives. But we're not here to cover mobile news. We're here to cover console news. So, from the team that brought you Naruto, from the team that brought you Dragon Ball Kakarot, we have what basically looks like Naruto, to be honest. The new Demon Slayer game. I don't know, how much have you seen about this? There's been some leaks that basically confirm there's going to be two versus two battling and stuff like that. Right. There's going to be a story mode, obviously. But you can also fight off against your favourite characters in an arena battle style. Lethal, how much have you looked into this? CyberConnect 2.
I mean, I haven't looked into the details of the actual game too much because I feel like a lot of this just came out not too long ago. So as we're talking here, I'm looking at some of the screenshots, and let me just say, this company already know, like, we already established that these guys make beautiful looking games, and from the screenshots that I'm seeing, it's no surprise. The game looks absolutely gorgeous, especially if you played some of the last Shippuden games that came out. I mean, obviously Kakarot. We just got done talking about Kakarot literally that long ago, right?
We did.
So like it's not a surprise again when it comes to like the art style and just the way they're doing the game. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous freaking game. But the thing that I did see that was new was that they did say there's gonna be a story mode, which again I don't think that's a surprise, right? That's a typical thing. But the style of game that it's gonna be to me is kind of new. Hearing that's gonna be a 2v2 arena fighter, I'm for that. I'm for that. I mean, a lot of people I can already see be like, man, I want it to be more like a what's a good example? Like a Marvel vs. Capcom, right? More like a what's another good one? Like even going back into fighters, having like a roster of like 3 characters. And I mean, I don't know exactly how it's gonna operate. What if it's just like maybe one character with 1 assist or something, or will it be you could just swap in and out? Who knows? I don't know. What do you think? How would you rather it be?
I've seen it described as a tag battle system, so I'm going to assume that...
Oh, tag? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that you can maybe jump in and out, and if one character dies, the other character will step in. The thing that I've noticed from the screenshots, and I'm hoping that the editor cuts in here, is from just looking at it, we've not seen any actual in-motion gameplay. We've only seen screenshots of gameplay. Looking at the way the camera is framed, looking at the position of your fighter and stuff like that, I honestly think this is going to play almost identically to Ultimate Ninja Storm. To me, that's what it looks like. When you see it, it looks like that's how it's going to be. I don't know myself whether I find that to be a good thing or a bad thing, and I'll tell you why. I don't like the fact that anime games don't innovate. Unfortunately, anime games, a lot of them are just like, I don't want to say reskins of something else, but you just feel like you're playing the same game again, but with different characters and different franchises. You know what I mean? I would love to see a developer doing something truly new. I mean, even when you look at Kakarot's free roaming stuff was new and it was different, but when you get into the battling, you kind of felt like you'd been there before. It kind of felt similar to games that these companies had done before. And I would just like a developer, I think we touched on this when we were talking about Kakarot actually, I would like a developer to innovate and do something different, like don't just give us a 3D arena brawler that you've come to expect. Like actually do something different with the format. What's your thoughts on that, Lethal? I know it's a bit of a curveball I've thrown at you there, but how do you feel about the kind of gameplay style getting a bit stale?
So I don't necessarily mind it too much. Here's my thing. I don't know, Hazink, have you played One Justice?
My Hero Academia?
Yeah, My Hero Academia One's Justice. Have you played that one at all?
Yes, I have. I've played both of them.
Okay. Well, me personally, I hate it. So my hope is, and I don't think they're gonna go in that kind of style, but I mean, I don't want it to be something like that. because again, I don't think a lot of us here are new to like this style of game, especially coming from the guys that made like the Ninja Storm series. Those games, in my opinion, they are unique in the sense that like they just, what's the best way to explain this? At least in terms of story mode, right? There's moments and sequences where like you're literally getting in battle, you're taking on the enemy's life, and then it just automatically just quickly transitions into like a time sequence event, and you gotta tap the button at the right time. You know, you have to get more involved, and it's real quick, it's fast paced. I guess for something like this, to me, it's good to see that, because that's not something you see often. Maybe it's something where they can do, you know, I don't know, who knows? Maybe that's something they can kind of bring more into the actual like PvP aspect of it, right? Maybe there'll be a way where like you guys can like, you know, in Dragon Ball type of beam clash situation, or maybe it's like a sword clash or something, a technique clash, however they want to do it. Who knows? But I guess I'm just gonna say that I'm hoping that it's not gonna be more like a One Justice. To me, like that's where I'm like, no, I don't even want it. Don't even give it to me, because like I shouldn't say I have high expectations, because I usually don't for a lot of these anime fighting games. But I mean, I know for that one, it's like I don't ever want to see something like that ever again. So I have faith with this. I think it'll be good. It might not, you know, it's not gonna like, you know, I don't know what's the right word to say this, but like it's not gonna bring back a brand new style. I think they could. I mean, we don't know that yet, right? It's way too early to tell. We haven't even seen gameplay yet. But if they add in some cool little mechanics, like I feel like they're good with like the time action sequences. Like in Naruto, that was beautiful. All of those moments were so freaking beautiful. And if they want to bring that back, maybe switch it up a little bit, maybe add some of that to PvP. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe my thing is, you're doing a 2v2 team attacks. I want to see some awesome looking team attacks. And if they want to try to reinvent that style of team attacks, I don't know, maybe it's a whole button command thing, you know, another time sequence thing. Maybe they'll do something like that. I don't know, but I mean, I think a game like this can really benefit from really cool looking team attacks. I mean, this game's art style was gorgeous. You know, like the different types of breathing techniques that they do from every character. I would love to see some dope combinations of attacks from certain characters. You know, maybe it has something special where different, like, you know, different combinations of characters do different team attacks. They'll make it where, like, if you do it with, like, you know, like Tanjiro with like Inosuke, and you know, some of the people that he already knows that he's already with, and it's the same kind of team attack. You know what I mean? Like, make it unique, make it special to those two, to those pair. So there's some cool things that they could do to make it feel like it's something, but I don't think it's gonna reinvent the 2v2 arena style. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know, man. Maybe I went on a ramble there. You give me your
well, no. I mean, I think that if they do copy Ultimate Ninja Storm at its core, Ultimate Ninja Storm better than quite a lot of anime games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's not the worst game to copy. I suppose one of the things that they could add in is the dramatic finish element that they've got in
that's cool.
in Fighters. Right. That would be a good thing they could add. So like if you clash in your battle modes against someone and you can recreate a classic scene from the anime, you might get like a special cutscene or something like that. That's something that you could add in. The thing is, I feel like they don't want to drop the ball with this one, because it's the first major game that they're going to be bringing out, especially with the mobile game being delayed. It's going to be the first major game they bring out to represent the property. And as most people at this stage are probably aware, as it stands, Demon Slayer is like the big bankable property at the moment. It's making a ton of money. I think from what I remember, in the first 3 days or something like that of the movie releasing, it made more money than Broly movie did in its entire run in Japan. So it just goes to show you how much money is there for the taking. And I know it's no good to talk about money, but at the end of the day, that's what drives these companies, that's what drives these developers. And you don't really want your first game to be releasing to 5s and 6s on publications so that it gets a low score in Metacritic, you know? You want it to at least be getting high 7s, 8s. And to be honest, people might not think 7 and 8s are great for anime games, but if you actually go and look at reviews, that's actually a decent bar to set, because a lot of these games score pretty low, you know? They do with general reviewers. So I feel like if they polish it well, if it runs smoothly at a nice frame rate and stuff like that, and maybe if they do just use the Ultimate Ninja Storm formula, so you've got your battles, but during story elements you maybe have a sort of a Dynasty Warrior-esque, you know what I mean, you're going through, you're battling different things to get to your next boss fight.
That'd be cool, yeah.
I think that would maybe go down pretty well. Anything else to say on this topic, Lethal? There's not been a lot of news out on it. I mean, realistically, the news that we know is here's some screenshots, and there's going to be 2 versus 2 multiplayer, and it's going to be a fighting game to everyone's surprise. So we didn't really have a lot of news to work on there, so it's more speculation. Anything you want to add in, Lethal?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it with the last point that I was going to make is that we don't really know too much, right? I mean, they're just giving us a bunch of visuals, I think, currently. Or that, not even that they're giving it. That's what I'm seeing. You know, that's what's floating around on the internet right now. It's a bunch of different visuals. So, I mean, what's cool is that it is saying it's available for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PC. So I'm hoping for some, really good frames with the PS5 edition. Just some cool, maybe... I don't know if they're going to add like ray tracing and whatnot, but I mean, I'm hoping to get a good frame amount on the PS5 and like the Xbox Series X versions. But besides that, yeah, we don't really know too much. I know one thing people are trying to wonder too is like whether it's going to, how much stories are going to cover. Will it cover the full anime that we've seen so far? We do know that the movie just came out not too long ago.
We know that. Sorry, that is another piece of information that's came out then.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah,
it's
what we have seen so far in anime form.
Okay.
It's not going beyond that. It's not going, as far as I know, it's not going to the movie. It's just going to be the anime. They might remix. Remix the story in some ways and stuff, but it's not going beyond the anime. So there you go. There's a piece of information.
No, yeah, I didn't know that part, so that's good to know. And I mean, then that means maybe they'll lead into the movie as like DLC. That could be. I could look at what they're doing with Kakarot. I could totally see them doing something similar with that for this too, because. I mean, people are going to want, like, once the movie comes out, like, it's not too far off for, I think, release at this point.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think this will be, it'll be the perfect time to, like, give a DLC for the movie and whatnot. No, there's some cool things they can do, I'm looking forward to it. I love it when these guys, they make the God, I always get their name, Cyber to Connect. I love the way that they redo these games and how much they just, visually, it's always just beautiful to see. So, I think that's my biggest thing for this. I don't care if it's the best game. I'm not expecting this to come out, like Marvel versus Capcom style. I don't expect this to take it to like the best fighting game you've ever played. Yep. I just expect it to like relive the anime, usually for me personally, and to just get some beautiful looking scenes and some fun gameplay, So that's I think what I want to see from it. I mean, I don't know about you, Hazing, but that's us. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm just good with that for this.
Yep. We won't have long to wait, guys, anyway. We believe there's more news going to get released next week, so we will be back to cover it, but we just wanted to bring you the story of what we knew so far. Drop a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Would you be happy if this game basically just did play like Ninja Storm? Would that be good for you? Would you like them to re-innovate? Would you like them to do something a little bit different? What would you like to see? But for this video, I'd just like to say thanks for joining us here in 5-9. I was John. That was Jared from Subway. And we will catch you on the next Dokkan Battle video. I mean 5-9 video. See you later, guys.
Oh my god, there you go. Lethal one up, by the way. Oh, and Cyber Connect 2. I said Cyber 2 Connect. Thank you.